All right, so this week's video is going to be a little different, probably than some in the past. Going to do a 2019 goals. And I know 2019 is already a month underway, but I feel like if you get those goals out there, I was listening to a podcast probably a few weeks ago, and he was talking about, you got to write down those goals, you got to put them out there. And so I figure if I put them out there for you, it helps hold me accountable. And heck, might even give you some ideas as well. Gonna go through those here in just a minute. Before we really get into things, my name is Tucker Pierce. I do weekly, if not bi-weekly now, videos on here really about Whole30, Orangetheory, fitness, and really like for me, it's just becoming the best version of myself I can be. And so that's my goal here. I went for a while without being that kind of best version of me. Let's say many years without it. So, and got some kids now, and it's important to kind of be the best version of you can be, right, Clara? So yeah. That's what we're gonna do and get into it. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoy the video.
Bye-bye.
So my thought on this is 2019 goals. I'm going to try to make it a short one because I don't think anybody really wants to listen to my goals for like 6 or 10 minutes. So I'll try to break them down quickly, as quick as I can, and just kind of, edit out any fluff that doesn't make sense. And hopefully you find some value in this. So these are my goals. Yeah, I wrote them in a journal. I've been journaling here for a little while. And it just kind of helps me stay focused on certain things in my life that are important to me. Hopefully get things done that I might not have followed through on before. All right, the number one goal that I had this year was to start out the year with another Whole30, a 7th round of the Whole30. And yeah, we're on day, I want to say it's 25 today, and it's going well, actually better than ever. I had a question from one of you, actually a friend of mine that I talked to on Instagram about Whole30. And he kind of wanted to know, why are you doing it again? Why a 7th time? Have you failed? What's the deal? And the truth is, it just takes everybody a different amount of time to kind of figure out what they, how food works for them. And if you've had years and years of poor eating, I think it takes you a little longer to really understand how to get through it. I mean, I've had a lot of success with Whole30, losing weight, but Whole30 isn't really about losing weight necessarily. I mean, obviously it helps you lose weight, but it's not a diet, it's a reset. And it's really to understand more about what you're putting into your body, as I've said before, as Melissa Hartwig would say as well. And so, yeah, it has taken me pretty much 7 Whole30s really to get my stuff together. And I'm happy to say that this one has been really successful. My next goal on the year is a full reintroduction from the Whole30. I've kind of always slipped off of Whole30. I don't want to say slipped, sometimes I've gone months without eating poorly again, but generally I don't do the full reintroduction. You can read more about that online. I won't go through all of that. My next goal is to get below 220 pounds. And for some of you, you're like, 220 pounds, Tucker? Maybe I look 220 pounds. Who knows what I look like to you, but I was 312 pounds. And so obviously, I mean, let's not lie. My real goal is 212, but for me, my year goal is to get below 220, and that's that'll make me happy. But I say that, and I want you to pay attention to the fact that non-scale victories, NSV, don't get on that scale and always get discouraged. If you're working your tail off at a gym, if it's Orangetheory, whatever, if you're doing the Whole30, if you're working your tail off and you're not seeing a loss, or maybe you're seeing a gain, please pay attention to the fact that you could be gaining muscle. I did a reset here back in the fall. It was a challenge at our Orangetheory, and I gained 6 pounds. 6 pounds. And I was like, wow, okay. But the way we did it, you could actually measure your body fat. You sat in this little bod pod tube. It's like an egg, actually. It was kind of weird. But yeah, I gained 5 pounds of muscle. So if you gain 6 pounds and 5 of that's muscle, that's not such a bad thing. And at that point, I have to admit, I wasn't working as hard as I should have been on my eating. Working out, I was working my tail off, but not my eating. So my goal, along with putting out Instagram videos about my workouts, is really to put out useful videos on YouTube, hopefully to you, to me, to others. And my goal for this year in 2019 is 52 videos. And I think the other day when somebody asked me, I said 27 because I wanted to, under promise and over deliver. I didn't want to let myself down, let anybody else down. And really, it's about getting out there and creating something that brings you joy. And this is one of those things, a hobby in life that brings me some joy. Another goal that I have is 200 OTF classes, so 200 times at Orangetheory Fitness. And I think I'm well on my way. I've had a great month so far and looking forward to how the year turns out. Another goal for me is to be a better dad and to be more present. And I feel like I'm a good dad, a good parent. But I feel like with cell phone use and just so many other distractions in life, not this, my kids are at school, but I could be a better dad. And so one of my goals in 2019 is just to be more present, be a better dad, get down on the ground and play with them more, go to the park with them more, do things with them more. The last goal that I have here is really just figuring out my eating. And I kind of talked about that a little bit earlier, but really, I mean, I've eaten bad food for a number of years. And I mean, when there's Doritos at work, I eat them. When there's, soda at a lot of times at work, I drink it. And I've gotten better with the soda over the years. I've fallen back into that snacking, especially at work when the food is free and it's right there in front of you in your face. I have a hard time saying no to free things. I don't know if that's a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, it means I'm thoughtful and thrifty and things like that, but I'm sick of putting awful stuff into my body. And I'm not saying you can't have Doritos, and I'm not saying you can't have that cheeseburger, and I'm not saying anything that you can't have. I'm just saying for me, I need to start making better choices if I want to be where I want to be, if I want to be around for my family. And so that's what I'm looking for. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. It looks like 9 minutes right now. I know I can cut it down, but I appreciate you watching. If you like the video, please hit that like button down below. If you like this kind of content or want more from me, please go ahead and hit subscribe. Along with subscribing, if you hit that little bell down there, it'll also send you notifications when I upload a new video. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments here. If you like this kind of video, or if you've seen things from me in the past, you're like, hey, I'd like you to touch on that again, or I'd like you to dig into this or that. I mean, these videos, sure, they're for me to keep me motivated, but if I can help you with some of this content, please leave a comment. And again, hope you guys are doing well, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.